Hey guys, here's a little update on this Tamiyo Inquisitive student deck. So I've played this deck with my group, and we have 5 people in my commander group. It's me and 4 other guys. I was able to get this to go off once, and it was a thing of beauty. I can't tell you how many board wipes there were in that game. There was like 4 or 5. I evacuationed once early in the game, very early in the game. But that's just like a bounce thing. It was early in the game, so people developed their boards back pretty quick after that. But there were literal board wipes. I mean, like all kinds of stuff, like farewells and all kinds of stuff happened. So anyway, one thing I realized, I didn't have enough counter spells in the deck. I didn't have enough interaction. I may actually add a spell skite into this deck. Let me go and add it in here. I don't know if that'll be under creatures or protection. Yeah, spell skite right here. For 2 life, you can change the target spell or ability to spell skite. So to protect Tamiyo from spot removal. So I think I am going to put this in there. I don't know what I'm going to take out because I like the situation I got going on right here. But I went heavy on. I took out all my things that would give me 2/2 creatures or triggered abilities to create creatures when I cast my second spell or drew my second card a turn. The only reason I'm trying to do that is because of Tamiyo. Okay, that would be the clues you create with the investigate. Also, I'm not interested in making clues. She is not going to be on the table on this side. She's not. I don't want her to be on the table for an entire round. I want to play her, flip her, get her emblem, and go. And draw my cards and pass turn. That's what I'm going to do in one turn. That's what I'm trying to do. Because now that everybody's seen that, because I remember I even showed the card to my play group, and everybody read it and go, "Oh, that's pretty cool," you know. It's like, "Oh yeah, yeah," and well, that's interesting. And somebody goes, "Well, that's interesting," and I thought they saw it. They saw it, but the sucker hit the table. Tammy hit the table. I flipped her, and she was on the table for like 2 turns, because I remember I did her +2 twice, and I'd drawn a card that was an instant that let me draw 2 cards and proliferate. I think I can't remember what it was, but it let me proliferate. It was up to 6, and she was up to 6 because I'd already done her +2 twice. When I untapped, I drew my first card. I drew 2 cards, but she'd already flipped over to the Plendor side, so that didn't matter. But it had proliferate in it. Is it contentious plan? Yeah, proliferate, draw a card. That was what I did. No, it was a source. I'm sorry, it's a source. That's why I had to wait, because it didn't matter. But I -7'd her, and I was starting to draw my cards, and somebody at the table goes, "Wait, what's letting you do this?" And I said, "Tamiyo is," and they read it and they go, "Oh, that is not good." And so but here's the problem also. You're instantly going to become the arch enemy unless your table is reasonable enough to understand, like, yeah, I've only got out like 5 or 6 lands right now. I can't lay everything down in my hand on the table. I just got a lot of options now. But the good part is, once I got those cards, I think I just passed my turn. I laid down a land for turn, but I think I just passed my turn because I had like Force of Negation in my hand, and I had another bit of interaction. But at that point, I don't care. I really don't care, because Tamiyo's gone. I don't even need to play her again. I think I might have played her just for defense. It's like a 1-drop or a 3-drop flying with a 0/3. But anyway. I did not have Avenger of Zendikar in there. I needed that. Oh, I'm sorry. I did have that in there. I remember playing it. This right here, when this hit the table, and I started doing my rant packages, everybody said, "We have to kill this." Tatyova, Steward of Tides. I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. But this card right here, when people saw that and realized what was going on, they did not like this at all. So this is going to be a target for something. I didn't have Scoot Swarm. I'm fixing to put that in. None of these things right here, my Copper Longlegs, Thrumming Bird, Flux Channeler. None of these things I was able to use. I'm fixing to add in, I actually already did it, Icor Moon Gauntlet. I've already put that in there. Yeah, so one of these right here might come out. Radstorm. No, Radstorm is what I had in my hand to get Tamiyo's emblem in that first game. It was Radstorm because it was 4 mana. That's why I passed turn, because I didn't have a whole lot of mana up. This right here, Inexorable Tide. When you cast a spell, Proliferate. This is great for when I've got this on the table. Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim. He's the only other Planeswalker. I thought about putting more Planeswalkers in this deck since I already had the Proliferate in there. But I decided not to because they're so hard to defend. And this deck, I mean, I hopefully make a bunch of tokens, but tokens are so easily taken care of with board wipes. So I'm just trying to outvalue everybody at that point. That's why I have Muraganda Petroglyphs. Creatures with no abilities have +2/+2. All my tokens get +2/+2. So they're at least going to be 3/3s or more. Never did get Psychosis Crawler out. I did Sylvan Awakening. I took one person out with Sylvan Awakening. It was, like I said, I guys got to get rid of you. You're a problem. And I just overwhelmed them. My ramp package, I think I added in Utopia Sprawl because it's cheaper. It is an enchantment. If they destroy all enchantments, you're going to lose it. But I took out more of my mana dorks. Yeah, so the Splendid Reclamation, I was able to do that. One thing I did run into was that I didn't have all my lands were on the table, and I still had fetch lands in my hands. It's like, well, I can get one landfall trigger out of them because I can't fetch anything else up. So, what was another issue I had? This right here. When this hits the table, if they read its ability, they're going to kill this too. You better be able to protect that too. Mystical Tutor, I had this in my hand. I think the whole game, and I never used it. I may take this out. I don't know. I added it in the middle of the mixture because I want to get there's some 2-drops I want to get. I have a lot of 2-drops in this deck that I want. A lot of my ramp packages, some of my proliferate spells, heroic intervention is a good one to go get. But there just seems to be like a scroll rack is something I added in because if you got half your deck in your hand, like 40 cards in your deck, and you got like 40 cards in your library, and you go, man, I just drew a like 25 land. You don't need 25 land. Scroll rack. Just filter out those lands, or just keep a couple of them and draw like 20 more cards. Put 20 more of those lands back in your hand, your deck. I mean your library. So Brainstorm, absolutely, you got to have it in there. I took it out of my Eureka Tiger Shadow deck, which I'm going to break down. I never play it. It's too powerful. I don't like. It's just too mean, and you're automatically arch enemy. But it has a lot of good cards in it, like Scroll Rack. So I took it out and put it in this because I think it's definitely going to do work in this deck as well. All in all, that's pretty much it. I'll let you take a look at the cards here. It's everything else pretty much stayed the same. Tatiyo Benthic Druid, I laid that down. It did some work in that last game, but it got taken up by board wipe. Spore Frog, I need a couple of fogs. Fogs are nice because when people try to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna swing out at you," then they leave themselves wide open. You can like hit them back. I left in Chasm Skulker because it does do a lot of the same things I want to do, and I should be drawing a lot of cards. But I may put in another fog. I don't know. I have Obscuring Haze, which is the free one if you have your commander out. But all in all, the token generation I try to take up to a higher level. But with the landfall token generation, I want this deck to be more landfall than anything else. And really getting those cards into my hand is really what Tamiyo is all about. She doesn't really do much other than that. Her flip side, return target instant sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. If it's green, add 1 mana of any color. It might be worth it to do this right here. If it comes up. I mean, it might even be worth it to do it to get your heroic intervention back. You know, just keep getting that thing back. You know, especially if you can proliferate and just keep minusing 3 in this all the time. If you can keep getting your heroic intervention back or your obscuring haze, that would be really good. So anyway, questions, comments, put them in the comment section below, guys, and I will I'll respond as quickly as I can. This deck, every time I see these Modern Horizons 3 commanders ranked, she's like in C or something like that. I totally disagree. I think she's going to be a super fun commander to build. And I like this build right here. I haven't really spent a whole lot of money on this deck. Maybe like $15 on a few cards I didn't have. But this is mostly the cards I already had that I've taken out of other decks. Or they've been stuck back in some boxes somewhere, so I just don't really can't find a way to use that. Like Muragonic Petroglyphs. Dude, creatures with no abilities get +2/+2. If I can get this sucker down, this is going to do massive work. And I love the little hieroglyphs there, the little drawings up there. I like that. It looks like an eyeball, and they're like just standing there looking at it. Anyway, again, questions, comments, put them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Y'all have fun.